Hello, cats and kittens. We are live, and here is the debut maiden voyage of JJ22 as my wingman.
Hello,
So we're
everyone.
gonna have some fun tonight, and let's see what mischief we can get into.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I just gotta mute the YouTube. There we go. Now we're good, and now we can
Try to do
start.
the same. Hold on.
And I just gotta.
I just muted my YouTube as well. There we go.
Yeah. Now click on George. See, you can highlight it.
Oh, cool.
You can do that. You can you can put the invite in there, but George won't come up. I know that. But whoever wants to come up, you just put the link in the YouTube chat, and you can bring them up. You just bring them up like I do.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I saw you had your country stuff today with Thrifty Tim. How'd that go?
That was pretty fun.
Yeah. I just, it was so funny that one restaurant that we had discussed on the stream. I just went on to Rockford and looked up country bars, and that was like the first entry that came up. So I could take Tim out.
There is Miss You.
Hey, Miss You, how's it going?
Yeah, well, yesterday Cameron said, like, the music you discuss, I get bored with some of your music talk, and I don't understand it. And Calvin wants up. That was your first try.
Okay.
Just copy the link into the YouTube chat. Hey, Cameron. Hey, Nick. Now, when you see, you're going to see Calvin, if he comes up over here at the bottom, then you just click on him and he'll come up on the screen.
Okay.
All right, the link is out there for you, Calvin. Just click on it and away we go. I'm eating spaghetti right now. I miss you.
So I have a question, Cameron. Do you twirl your spaghetti and eat it, or do you cut? I tend to cut up my spaghetti into little pieces, and it was always funny because I came from an Italian family. They would always say, "That's not how you do it." And I'll be like, "Well, it's easier to eat." Hey, Sean, I like the Mahoning Drive-In thing. That was really cool that you've been there. That's like a grail of mine to go there. I want to go there, and I want to go get tasty cakes and soft pretzels and do the whole Pennsylvania.
Hey, Darren. Yeah, I got old overnight. Cameron just wasn't feeling it, and like some of our music we talk about, he doesn't know about it, but he said he'll come up on screen from time to time and that.
Hey, Darren. Hope you're doing well. Final kicks. Good to see you all.
Yeah, I like my spaghetti cut. I don't like twirling it because it's hard to get in your mouth and it falls on the plate, falls on your lap. And
people do that spoon method. I mean, tell me the Nick Gallery. What method do you use to eat spaghetti?
I just cut it. My mom cuts it for me, and then I just eat it like that with the Parmesan cheese and a piece of bread.
Cam, it's okay. I mean, there's no.
Paulina.
Hey, Paulina. Good to see you.
Oh, here we go. He's at the bottom there. You see him, JJ?
I'm sorry?
You see Calvin?
Oh.
You see Calvin? Click on him. There you go. You just brought him. There you go.
Well, I still got my country on.
Oh, you're wearing a Mavericks hat. You need to get one of those big 10-gallon hats, kind of hat, like I was telling James, that you could step, as Rob Williams says, you could step into your own shit and go, "It's mine."
I don't have any Western hats. I used to have a University of Stetson hat, but not a real Stetson.
Ooh, Paulina, that sounds like fun. And you're welcome to come up here if you want.
Maybe give us a preview, Paulina, of some of the stuff that you don't have to show us at all because you're going to have a video, but you can definitely do a preview.
Yeah, if you want to do a preview on my stream, you're welcome to, because I haven't had you up on camera with us for a while. I missed you.
But I agree with Cameron, James. Some of the music you show really sucks.
Oh, it doesn't.
I wouldn't say anybody's music sucks. What they listen to is what they listen to. It's their ears. I don't have to sit and listen to it.
I'm just fooling around. James knows I'm fooling around.
Hey, Rob, I know the stream is crap, Rob. Crap, and crap. and we will do our best to keep it crappy just for you.
Hey, at least there's no super furry animals. God.
Oh yeah, that was Putterman today. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's idea of spaghetti was SpaghettiOs or that type of thing. That was spaghetti from my mom. But then my dad married an Italian lady, and they did the homemade pasta. And I would never forgotten this. Is that the first time I was invited over to the family to have Thanksgiving? They served like an antipasta first, which was like vegetables and just a little bit of pasta. And then around the table came homemade pasta with homemade meat sauce, homemade sausage. And I ate a lot. I mean, I ate a ton and I was stuffed. Then they served the turkey, the stuffing, the potatoes, and all that. And I looked around and I figured out that's why everybody had a little plate. And I filled up my little plate with so much. I was so stuffed. And I had to like eat it all just because I didn't want to be rude to the new family that I was part of.
Mm-hmm. Wax look-alike. LOL might be why they don't get on.
So Calvin, are you Wax's alter ego?
Hey, look at this. Look how much I have. I don't look like the Wax.
There's a thing called a comb.
That's what bugged me with Putterman. When Putterman said I look like Richard. It's like, does my hair look like Richard's?
Hell no. Yeah. Talking of turkeys, how's Calvin? Rob says. Oh my God.
What?
He says, talking of turkeys, how's Calvin?
Rob is just teasing you. He does that. That's his sense of humor. That's his British humor.
Okay, can I show all my super furry animals?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
What do you have your own feeding thing out back?
I'm done. Okay, I'm done.
Now I'm going to teach you another thing, JJ.
Sure.
Okay, click on Calvin, and you'll see 3 dots.
Okay.
And click on solo layout.
3 dogs. I don't have any dogs.
No, I said 3 dots. Now you made it big, so if someone wants to show a record or something, now click exit solo layout. There you go.
All these new controls. I'm so excited.
And you can even do it on yourself too.
Oh, cool.
You can make yourself big as well.
Oh, wow.
So I like to make a suggestion now that JJ's a wingman. Because I know you guys I know James doesn't want to do just music. How about a Big Ten segment? You know, like a 5-minute segment every time you're on, like inside the Big Ten. Give us a Big Ten update.
Sure. There isn't much going on right now because it's the end of the college season, but you know, I don't know what kind of Big Ten update you could want right now.
You still got lacrosse.
I don't follow lacrosse. It's hilarious right now. My daughter's doing stats for lacrosse. Yeah, I got my hair done. I got it all nice and pretty, and then they kind of poofed it just a little bit just for the stream. I said I want to look like James for the stream, and they just.
Then you got the NFL draft. You got the NBA draft.
Yeah, well, that's
this Big Ten players involved in that.
Oh yeah, we'll see how that all pans out. Hey, let me do something real quick. I want to do a little Sesame Street thing here to practice. So he says I can make myself big.
Uh-huh.
Near, far.
That's it.
Near, far. That's my Grover from Sesame Street. Anybody remember that book when you were growing up? There was a really cool children's book. I still love it to this day. It was called The Monster at the End of This Book.
Oh, I had that as a kid too.
And it was Grover, and then throughout the whole book, it turned out to be that Grover was the monster at the end of the book, and he was getting so scared about this monster at the end of the book, and it turned out to be him. Do you remember that, guys?
Yeah, I remember that.
I never read it. You ruined the whole thing. You ruined it.
I ruined the book for you. Well, Calvin, you might just have to upgrade to a choose your own adventure book then. Are you like me? You only need books with pictures?
Well, Cameron, I already knew that JJ was the one I was going to choose to be my wingman. I couldn't have thought of anybody else because I know he's good and he can help my streams get better, and we can come up with ideas. We can email each other ideas, and then we can come up with a theme each time we do this together, because he's my co-host now, so we're doing this together.
So speaking of what I just did, I have a question for the panel. We all grew up on it. It's been out since 1969. Fun fact, I don't know if people know this or not, but I'm talking about Sesame Street. Do you guys know that what the original color of Oscar the Grouch was?
He was purple, I think.
He was orange.
Orange. Oh yeah, right.
But then they made him. They then transformed him over to be green. Pretty cool.
It's not easy being green.
No, that we Kermit the Frog. Speaking of which, Sesame Street. We all grew up on it. What's your favorite Sesame Street skit or cartoon that you remember from that show?
Mine is the Bert and Ernie skit where Bert's getting pissed off because Ernie can't sleep, and he's counting sheep, and they go whoa, 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 all the noises, and then he says, "Ernie, could you count something quieter than that?" "Okay, Bert. Okay, I'll count fire engines, Bert." And then ding, 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 and then Bert comes out of bed. He's like, ah. And then the best part is, do something quieter. "Okay, Bert, I'll count something like, why don't you count balloons?" "Okay, I'll do that." Then he goes, and then this big balloon explodes, and Bert has a heart attack and jumps out of bed. He's like, ah. Every time I see that, I cry. I laugh so hard at that one. It's so good.
Calvin, what do you remember? What's your favorite Sesame Street skit cartoon blurb that sticks
out? I don't remember one in particular.
You don't remember any of them?
No.
They played them over and over. I'm going to do one with you. Okay? You're going to join me in this one, okay? This is a popular one, okay? All right? So I'm gonna start it off, and you just have to count up the sandbox. So I'm gonna say, I won the sandbox. So then you say, Calvin,
I 2 the sandbox.
I 3 the sandbox.
I 4 the sandbox.
I 5 the sandbox.
I 6 the sandbox.
Hey, Eric.
I 7 the sandbox.
I 8 the sandbox.
You ate the sandbox. How did it taste?
Hey, Jeffrey, how you doing?
Yeah, Jeff, Lake Erie. My favorite part of Lake Erie was on SNL when they did that swill water from the shores of Lake Erie. Remember that? And then they had Bill Murray on there going anticipation, and that like ooze was like coming out of like a Perrier bottle with like parts of Lake Erie and Erie in it and everything.
I hope you don't get a copyright strike, James, because these guys are so hungry for money. But this has nothing to do with the band.
Make them big.
This is a flavor. So whoever owns the rights to Wild Cherry's music, do not give James a strike.
What song does Wild Cherry do? I can't remember.
Play that funky music, white boy.
That's it. Yeah, play that funky music, white boy. Well, see, the thing with Elmo though is that Elmo actually didn't appear. Does anybody? Okay, here's a trivia question for you guys. Some more Sesame Street. What was Elmo's first appearance on Sesame Street?
Oh, God, I don't think I know that. I'm drawing a blank here.
Does anybody in the peanut gallery know? Oh, yeah, the pinball song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's why I can only count to 12 because of that song. I get past 13 and I'm lost but that song always, I sit there when I'm counting stuff. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But to get back to what I was talking about, Elmo made his debut in the Follow That Bird movie. The Follow That Bird movie was a motion picture that came out that with all the birds. They had to go chasing after Big Bird because he was adopted by a bunch of birds because they thought that that's where he belonged. But they all went after him. And they had this scene where they're all waving goodbye to everybody. And if you look up in the window, there's Elmo. That was Elmo's debut in Sesame Street. He doesn't even have a line, but he's up there waving.
I remember the cartoon on their on Sesame Street with the old farmer there.
The old farmer, yeah.
And he was like ding 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 when he had the fiddle and that. Remember that?
Yep. Or my other one is that I love. And actually, this fits Tim's theme earlier. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. And he sit there and he goes, she goes, with what should I fix it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what should I fix it? She goes, a stick. A stick's gonna fix it, dear Liza, dear Liza. It goes on like that. It's like one of those because they just did that repetitiveness. It is stuck in your head.
Yeah.
So I mean, we can also on the same line of Sesame Street. What's your favorite, like even Muppet routines?
I like when Cookie Monster would eat other things other than cookies. I remember the one where he ate a typewriter.
Oh yeah, that brings to my memory too. Remember those alien guys that would go work, 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 work.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there he goes. He was adopted by a bunch of dodos. That's what they were, those birds. And it starred Dave Thomas, the guy from from Strange Brew, Joel Flaherty, John Candy, Sam. Yep, great film, Pauline. I love that movie. It's a classic.
I know. I watched it on Plex a few months back.
One of my favorite Muppet routines of all time that they show on the Muppet Show, which they have all the episodes on Disney Plus. If you ever want to catch them, is with Beaker. I love Beaker. Beaker, but he gets up there and goes, me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. And then everyone's booing and everyone's going on. And all of a sudden, an animal then steps up and goes, stop it! And everyone quiets down. And then Beaker gets to finish his song.
The only episode they don't have in that Muppet Show series, but you have it on yours, on your Plex.
Okay.
They don't have the one with Brooke Shields.
Oh, I wonder why.
Ooh, the Muppet Show.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
Yeah.
It's time to put on makeup. It's time to
dress up right.
It's time to raise the curtain on the Muppet Show tonight. Why do we always come here?
I guess we'll never know. It's time like to light the torture to have to watch the show. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good stream tonight. We're going to have fun.
And then the thing is that Calvin can't show on screen. Do your best, Calvin. Rub the fuzziness. Tell us how fuzzy that the cover is. Rub the fuzziness on your face or something. Tell us how fuzzy it is.
It's not fuzzy.
Yours isn't fuzzy?
No.
My Muppet Show DVD is fuzzy.
No, this isn't fuzzy.
You rub it, it feels fuzzy like a Muppet.
No. It feels fuzzy like cardboard.
You got gypped, man. You got gypped. I'd ask for my money back. You're supposed to feel like a Muppet. What's your favorite Muppet sketch, Calvin, or Muppet guest?
I got to go with chicken in a basket.
Oh, there you go, JJ. Bring her up.
That's my all-time favorite, chicken in a basket. Here, cheeky. First, you put the chicken in the basket.
the ultimate classic is do 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 do.
Mana
Do 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 do.
mana mana.
Do 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 do. And then remember that at the end he's like, "It's for you." Hey, Paulina, how's it going?
Hey,
Hello,
everyone.
beautiful.
Good to see you, beautiful.
Nice to
How's
see you.
How's it going?
I know it feels good to be back. I feel like I've been gone as long as Tim Allen.
Wait 1 second. I gotta be like you.
But yeah, it's like I've been hella busy lately, and then I got a cold during the weekend, so I had to not do the third day of Coachella, which was a drag because I wanted to go get a shirt that day. But I'm starting to get better right now.
I know the feeling. I'm recovering from a sinus infection myself.
Well,
fun.
your health is more important, you know.
Yeah.
Like they say.
Did you have some stuff you wanted to show, Paulina?
Oh, she's muted.
Well,
give us a sample. Give us like a tease, like you would for a movie trailer. You know what you can do is I'll make you big, and you don't have to show the whole album. You can show like a part of it, a square of it.
This is the only thing I'm gonna show. I have a lot.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Show that again, just real quick.
Just real quick. Oh wow.
Oh my God, I'm ready. I'm totally ready.
So that's the only sneak peek I'm gonna give everybody. If you want to know what's in this bag, my stream.
No, let's have to watch. Yeah.
James, you have to get your Sinatra hat on, I think, for this stream.
I think I will.
There you go.
Paulina's got a brand new bag.
Fix myself up and
get down with it.
That could be the title. Title of the video. Paulina's got a brand new bag.
We got some
I don't title it to Paulina Angels. What's in your bag, like the amoeba stuff? Yeah, because it is an amoeba bag. Even though I didn't get it from Amoeba, I got it all from Record Safari, who does the curating at the Coachella concert for their record store.
I have a bag.
Ooh.
What's funny is it's supposed to be to carry my records every time, but I always forget to bring it. That's only carried records once the entire time that I've had it.
Was the bag half priced?
I don't know. I am looking forward to the fact that my daughter's going to education and she's going to be getting a good discount there. So what you been up to, Paulina?
Just working a lot. I still have another weekend to go. It's not Coachella this time. It's Stagecoach. It's the country version of Coachella, but think it's only just one weekend because I can only deal with one weekend of country stuff. But luckily, I'm only doing Friday, so I'll have to deal with Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I worked when I was in high school and college from the 87 through like 92. I worked at Alpine Valley Music Theater, and it was basically a concert every weekend. We had to walk this hill, and I mean, I was younger at the time, so I could handle it. But yeah, I know what you mean. Especially like, I don't know about you, but this went on at Coachella, but at the worst concert I remember, and it's not because of their music. Their music is all another thing. It was New Kids on the Block, and the place was packed. All young girls screaming at the top of their lungs. So you would walk past, and they would deafen you by their screams. I went home the first night of New Kids, and I could barely I had this like constant ringing in my ear. You just experience any kind of stuff like that with all the noise and everything?
Not here. It's been very, very chill and stuff, and of course there's like a big yell when everybody comes out and stuff like that, but it's not like screeching and stuff like that. Thank God, because I also could not handle that either.
What's the most unexpected thing you saw at Coachella's? It's like something you're like you knew what you're gonna see, but then something you're like, whoa, I didn't expect to see that.
It has to be in weekend 1 of this year when Shania Twain showed up and performed with Harry Styles, and they did both "Man I Like a Woman" and "You're Still the One," and I was like, I never would have thought that, like Harry Styles will bring her out, and stuff like that. And so that's a plus all, and I was like right where I was working at, and we're like just dancing and stuff like that. Just be like, oh my God, Shania Twain's here. That's amazing.
Yeah, I used to tell people that Shania Twain is going to be my wife. She just doesn't know it.
But she did an amazing job. It was like just seeing her back in '97. She still has it.
The concert that I went to once that was totally unexpected. It was my birthday, and the way my work schedule worked for that birthday, my family said, we're going up north no matter what. We're leaving you home. And so I was home by myself for my birthday. And my friend, who's a pastor at the church, found out that I was by myself for my birthday. And he's like, we're picking you up and we're taking you to the Summerfest, and you're going to see a show. And they would not tell me what show I was going to see. And it turns out I was going to go see Faith Hill and Brooks and Dunn. I do have to say though, Faith Hill, oh my God, she hadn't hit her huge popularity yet, but she was unbelievable. And that one, even the pastor that I was with, he was the one that was saying that about her being like, "That's my wife. She just doesn't know it yet."
Paulina, this is for you.
That's a good question. I don't know. You probably liked the toss that came with it, so maybe it was her idea. I don't know.
And Salinas.
Yeah, I remember when Shania Twain did the halftime show at the Super Bowl one year. That was a really fun show.
Did you get to meet Billie Eilish, Paulina?
Sadly, no. They're very tight this year with security, so I didn't have a chance to meet anybody. Which is sad because I would have loved to have met her and a few other people that were performing there.
Did you see it? You see this at every show. Did you see any crazy, stupid, drugged up people that were just kind of out of their minds? Good stories?
Only one time. We only saw like one girl that was a little bit hammered, but in most part everybody was cool, and plus the service that we offered there helped those people out. We made sure that they were being any harm to not only themselves but to us as well. So we were able to help them come down from whatever they're on and feeling and stuff, and so it was a very chill year this year, which I like.
That's good. So have you been having any chance to do any writing of any new music, or been doing any performing lately?
Not lately. I haven't been able to do much because when I'm not doing the Coachella stuff, then I'm out doing my other work with FEMA and stuff. And then I just got hired last night to be a campaign, basically a campaign coordinator again for my friend Christy, who's running for state assembly. So I just turned in all my paperwork this morning for that and getting ready for that. So it's like, I don't know when I'm going to have much time to do any kind of music stuff. But I know that I will be making time at least for night streams to do night streams.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you add a lot to those. You add a lot to those night streams. It's important that you're there.
Yeah, I feel like all those night streams are like therapeutic for me because it's sort of like my escape from everything else. So, Anthony,
hey, how do I sound? Am I breaking up at all? What's going on?
You sound amazing, Anthony.
I can't hear you, AGK. Can you talk a little louder?
It's James' show, so I won't tell you where to go.
You do know what? Have you heard of Irish diplomacy, AGK?
Nah, I don't believe in it.
Oh yeah, Irish diplomacy.
I don't believe in any form of diplomacy. I just tell it like it is.
Well,
Let me just say, Irish diplomacy is the ability to tell a man to go to hell so that he enjoys the trip.
Oh, okay. So then I totally believe in that. How you doing, James? Haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, I've been around. So now, as you can see, I have a new wingman. It's JJ. Cameron.
Oh, JJ's you're a wingman. Oh, you've been promoted. What happened to your other? Who was your other wingman?
Cameron wasn't doing it. He wants to be more free and do his thing, and but he'll come up from time to time and hang out with us. But it wasn't what he wanted.
Who was your wingman? Who was your previous wingman?
Cameron.
Because I don't get. I don't often. I'm normally working when you're doing your show. So
yesterday I was wingmanless, but then I asked JJ if he'd like to take over the job, and he said yes. So he's doing a little later stream, so you can all come on here and hang out.
But I gotta admit, JJ looks like he's about to go like to the Temple of Doom or something with the hat.
Yeah, and I'm looking like I'm going through the.
Where's the whip, JJ? Where's the whip?
And I'm going to Las Vegas to
for the 2:00 in the morning streams, AGK.
Okay. Yeah, well, we haven't had those streams now because Cap got all hurt feelings and
hey, Mr. Beckham
doesn't want me around anymore. So, oh well, say Libby.
Hey, Mr. Beckham.
So
but I saw Paulina here, and I haven't seen Paulina in a few days. So.
Yeah, she was just coming back from Coachella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a concert last night, and then I came in and played for about.
And getting a shitload of records. This is a nice workout. I should just come in here all the time.
That too. 1, 2. Everybody lift their bag. 3, 4.
Yeah.
Calisthenics on James's stream.
Mm-hmm.
So
you got some records to show us, AGK?
Records. Well, you can see my record store day video. That's my latest records.
You want to show them on camera? People like showing tell.
Oh, you want me to show them on camera? Why? You want me to show them my record store day stuff?
Yeah, show it on here. I like that when people show and tell. It's fun.
All right, if you want me, I'll show you my record.
Gets me ratings here.
What haven't I not shown on camera before? Let's see. I haven't shown this stuff. All right. You can be all right. Just give me a second here.
Okay.
Just trying to think what I showed on my last time, like when I was on.
Hey, Edward, how you doing?
Hey, Edward.
Show him some love, people. Show Edward love. I'm doing what Rachel does. I'm starting all this comment.
I'm not worthy, Edward. I'm not worthy.
That's my record store day haul, pretty much.
Oh my God! All right, make
it plus a couple others. There's 2 others here. There's this one, which is the original master recording of El Dorado by Electric Light Orchestra. Cool. This is pretty much the latest MoFi to come out. So
there we go.
For it, because this is my favorite ELO album. So.
Yeah, I have that one too.
It's on super vinyl.
Ooh.
My favorite ELO record would be Xanadu.
Hey, Lisa.
I'm a big ELO fan. I love everything ELO did, but this was the album that got me into it. So I think, I think for anybody, whatever album gets you into an artist, it's kind of always your favorite. You know what I mean? This is the album that got me into ELO, so it'll always be my favorite. And I had another version of this, but it had a terrible warp, so I haven't bought a MoFi in a couple of years. I didn't buy any last year, so it was about time to buy a MoFi. Besides that, this is all my record store day purchases. Roy Ayers, Virgo Vibes, real quick.
Wow.
Like a red vinyl. Vibraphonus, for those who don't know who he is. I've been looking for this album for years. I'm glad they released it for Record Store Day.
Nice album cover.
So yeah, that's from I think around 1967. I think this album originally came out.
Mm-hmm.
Madonna, Who's That Girl? Maxie's single.
Oh, nice. Hey, Tuco.
Which is really
I've got the moves, baby, and James has the motion. So let's be confident.
There you go. On blue vinyl, Motorhead. Live.
Oh, nice.
Motorhead live in wherever it was, live in Norwich. It was like 1998 or 95, 1998. 2 LP on blue vinyl. Pretty much got all the best Motorhead tracks on it.
Oh, that's not my favorite song, the Ace of Spades.
Oh, we know what James wants now.
Yeah, you got Bomber, you got No Class, you got Ace
Ooh,
of Spades,
nice.
you got Ace
Did you just say we have no class?
Dead Man Tell No Tales. It's got all the best.
AGK just told us we have no class.
Yes. Well, according to Motorhead.
No.
According to Motorhead.
And Fat Albert.
Yeah.
You're just like Summer, no class.
Santana, Splendiferous. 2 LP comp of stuff that he's released from about 2000 since Supernatural till mid 2010s, and basically all this stuff has never been on vinyl before, so that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
U2, A Celebration maxi single, 4-track EP.
Nice.
With 2 unreleased U2 songs.
I got 11 o'clock TikTok in the auction with Wax.
Jazz Dispensary, another volume. I'm a big Jazz Dispensary fan. I've got every Jazz Dispensary from Record Store Day, including this year's Super Skunk, with a really cool die cut cover. I mean, look at that die cut cover; it's pretty cool. Next up, Canadian prog metal artist Voivod and Angel Rat.
That seemed to be. I know Eddie was after that one. Tuco. A lot of people I saw.
It's gone up in value pretty quick. This is a Canadian prog metal artist. This album was actually produced by Terry Brown, who produced the Rush albums. And of course, the drummer from Voivod is in that brand new band of Alex Lifeson, Envy of None. Envy of None features Alex Lifeson, the bass player from Coney Hatch, and the drummer from Voivod, plus this new singer. So, and I'll be doing a video about Envy of None very soon, as soon as my vinyl comes in. So Voivod. Then this one, which I'm really, really excited to find, Punk 45. Get this. There. I'm a mess. There we go. I'm a mess. Do it yourself or die art trash and neon punk 45s in the UK from 1977 to 78. So it's a collection of punk 45 UK punk artists. 45.
Yeah, AGK just let you know is that you were fine before, but now your mic's cracking up.
There's some incompatibility with iOS systems, Apple iOS and StreamYard right now. Nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. It seems to degrade over time. So let me know if it gets really bad, and I'll restart.
All right.
Sheena Easton, the definitive 12-inch single.
Oh, wow.
What song is it?
It's all her 12-inch singles. It's a double LP.
Oh, okay.
Plus 2 unreleased.
Does it have Morning Train?
You know what's on here? I haven't really studied the track listing. Telephone, Strut, Sugarwall, Swear, Do It for Love, Jimmy Mac. So far, so good. Anything Can Happen, Sweet Talker, Want to Give Love, No Sound But a Heart, Eternity, and Ice Out in the Rain. And these are, of course, all 12-inch remixes, extended mixes. On pink vinyl. LA Guns. This is just one cool freaking album cover, I tell you.
I don't think Elvira's on that chart.
That is one sick piece of album artwork, I tell you. LA Guns, Waking the Dead. So that's really cool. And the last of the Record Store Day pickups, Pete Townshend's Deep End Face to Face 2LP Live, featuring David Gilmour on guitar.
Ooh, nice.
David Gilmour on lead guitar for this concert. He does, of course, all his classic solo stuff, plus some Who tracks. And last but not least,
reading Zeb's one second, AGK. Reading Zeb's comment here. I think he wants you to send that all to him as VCLT.
Yeah. You're right, Zeb. Last but not least, this just arrived yesterday from Chaputa Records. It's the Donnas debut LP reissue. The Donnas.
Oh yeah, you're talking about that one.
The Donnas, who are basically take the Ramones. And
That's okay, Calvin.
Female. This is basically the female.
Different think.
And this is their debut LP. And this is basically if the Ramones were female. And this is killer. This is absolutely killer.
I'll say to Calvin is just give your phone a nice cold shower.
And there we go. There we go. That's it. Make me small.
All right, bring them down.
Let me restart. Am I still breaking up?
Yeah, you still breaking up.
Yeah, there's StreamYard. That's like freaking crappy StreamYard.
Yeah, restart and come back up.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay.
If he was a record, I'd send him back to acoustic sound.
And we'll wait till about an hour into the show. Oh, here he comes. Bring him back up. Then we'll do your top 10 laser discs.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought that would be cool for you to do that. Oh, it's so nice to have you back on my show, Paulina. You always bring some joy to my show. And that beautiful smile, so full of, you got a joie de vivre.
So, Paulina, what's your favorite Muppet Show or Sesame Street skit?
Here he comes.
I have to say, happy that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 song, the pinball thing. I've always liked that song. Yeah.
You know, they played it, I think, in every episode.
Yeah. I would actually put that out like as a picture sleeve. I mean, a picture disc kind of 45 kind of thing. I would totally play that all the time.
And I like the one where the chef falls down the stairs.
They actually have a DVD set called Sesame Street Unpaved, which has a lot of those skits on it if anybody is interested.
But they do need to put on Blu-ray Follow That Bird. I love that movie to bits.
Yeah, it is funny.
Hey, great man.
It's like I love Waylon Jennings in it. I love of course, you know, John Candy's really good as a cop, and then everybody in it. The story's amazing. It's a great story.
My favorite Muppet movie is still The Great Muppet Caper. It has some of the best one-liners in there, like when Gonzo gets tossed out of the he tosses himself in front of the cab. And he's like, "It's okay, I landed on my head." Or, "We're gonna catch those thieves red-handed. What color are their hands now?"
I like when the Rizzle the rat's in the coffee. He says, "Come on in. The coffee's great."
Those little rats are putting the butter on the hot stove or whatever, and their feet are getting all nice and singed and burnt and stuff.
So, Paulina, who did you see this weekend? Who performed?
It's weird because I worked it, but I didn't feel like I saw much people this time around. Maybe because I was working so much that I wasn't really paying attention of who was performing. Maybe there was like a couple of people that might have caught my eye, and I was like, oh, okay, I should look into them. One of them.
But didn't you have Charlie? Didn't you have Charlie?
Come up, Lisa.
I didn't see Charlie.
I thought Charlie was performing this weekend. Charlie XCX.
No,
I put the link out already.
I thought you were mentioning that she was going to be there the day before she was here, or something.
No, she never. She was supposed to be there in 2020, but she didn't make it to this.
Because I had Charlie last night, and I thought you said that she was performing down there the day before or something.
No,
or the day after.
No. It would have been great if she could, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had her last night.
Plus, I'm already paying attention much this weekend because some fucking asshole at the Empire Grounds where it's at decided it was a really good idea, especially on Saturday morning, to cut the fucking grass. And I already have bad allergies anyway. And so all that did was not only flare up my allergies, but also caused me to have a cold. So I started to have a cold all through Saturday. So I was not paying attention to anything. And then I was supposed to work Sunday, but then I was just too sick, called out, and couldn't make it. And I'm still coming down, getting over the code right now.
So what was in your bag of records that you were holding up there?
You're
A
gonna have
lot.
to watch the video.
You have to watch the video
You
if you're going later.
did a video? You did a video?
I'm doing a video in an hour and 15 minutes from now. It's gonna be a live stream.
I'll
Vinyl
come
Hall.
by. I'll come.
And
Speaking
I'll come watch.
I did, upon watching your video as well as a stream last night that Putterman was doing, I did purchase that Virgo Vibes album too. On
That's probably
I think-
Roy Ayers' best album, hands down. If you got like a good vibraphonist, you know.
yeah, I like
Speaking of-
vibraphone.
Speaking of
played
grass,
high school.
at the concert theater that I worked at, it was in East Troy, Wisconsin. It was in the middle of farmland at the time. Now it's all built up, but at the time, everybody I worked with, they were all farmers. Like I worked with people that say I have to do my chores before I can come to work.
Well, I had Charlie
And
last night, Paulina.
Huh?
I had Charlie last night.
Oh, you saw her?
Yeah, last night.
Oh, how was she?
Good. Short though. The show was pretty short. It was barely like barely 90 minutes.
Wow.
Okay, well, Sega says give us a sneak peek. Just one album. Okay, just one album, was Sega.
Yeah, it's like it's like advertising. It's like a trailer. Oh, that's the Coachella one.
Yes,
Of
this
course,
is
of course, the Coachella one would be at Coachella.
so this is the Pixies live at Coachella. This is when they reunited after years of not being a band together, and they reunited just for Coachella. So they put it out, put this out on vinyl. And the cool thing is,
did they have any sort of groups this year around that were reuniting just for Coachella or anything?
not this year, no. But the cool thing is, like, the album, you
Nice
can't
color.
see it, but it's like it's an etching.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
move it around a little. We can't quite catch it. Move it around. Can't quite get it. Is it like a Ferris wheel? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Because when you go to Coachella, you see a Ferris wheel like right at the entrance, and so that's where like one of the big attractions over there is like this big giant Ferris wheel, and
Is that
and
Ferris
you'll
wheel
see
like a
that
permanent-
I posted a video, I think it was like yesterday, or the day before, of me just talking around and stuff. So you see that Ferris wheel in my video
Eddie.
as well.
It's
So-
is Coachella. I'm being in Canada here. We don't have. Is Coachella a place or is it just the name of an event? What is it?
So I live in the Coachella Valley. That's what our
Coachella
area
is
is known.
an actual place. Coachella's an actual
Yeah,
place.
so Coachella Valley encompasses, Coachella, my hometown of Indio, which Coachella is at. Also, Rancho Mirage, La Quinta, Palm Desert, Palm Springs, Cathedral City, all those desert cities all encompasses the Coachella Valley. So when it's mainly known as the Coachella Valley Arts and Music Festival, but everybody just knows it simply as Coachella.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a thing, like, if you watch the documentary, it was, they wanted to call it something, and Paul Towlett, who put together Coachella, says, like, I'm going to call it Coachella, and everybody's like, don't call it Coachella, that's a stupid ass name, but it's become a very big thing now. It's becoming like a household name, and it was really great because everybody doesn't know much about our area, especially my hometown in Indio, because if you mention Indio before Coachella, everybody's like, where the hell is that? But then you mention Palm Springs, they're like, oh, I know Palm Springs, or I know La Quinta because of PGA West, where all the people play golf and shit. And but now when you mention Indio, everyone's like, oh my god, Coachella, yeah. So it's really helped our city get some visibility and stuff.
So what I was saying was, I see the peanut gallery wanted to hear at the concert theater. Speaking of grass that I worked at, they had lawn seating and regular seating, and this was a metal fest. And what happened is that the band Megadeth was playing, and they had put the night before they had put sod on the grass in order to get it repaired. And these people were starting their mosh pit, and as part of the mosh pit, they were taking the sod, and the sod made it up to the stage and was hitting the bassist and the guitarist. And they walked off and just quit playing and said, "We're done." And then they had to yell at the crowd for a while, and they came back out about 45 minutes to an hour later. But it was crazy that all the sod that got tossed at the band. Right? It could have hurt them. I don't blame it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And the thing that I hated too, like, because they chose that day to mow the grass, and for some reason that day we had one of those kind of dust tornadoes that they're not bad, but you know, like they could do some damage. And they lifted up one of the cardboard trash cans that we have out there, and it hit me right in the back. Well, as my boss, and so I fell to the ground, and I was feeling it all through that day. I felt like someone just took like a board and just hit me in the back, and
ouch.
And I was like, and all this grass was going around. I could trying to get my bearings together, and I was like, oh my god! So it was a very shitty Saturday for me. Yeah.
The other thing that would happen too is when the Grateful Dead came through. Now these Deadheads would follow the Grateful Dead, throughout the entire nation and every location possible. And so a lot of the people that came to the Grateful Dead show didn't have a lot of money. So they would actually go up to our food service people and beg them for handfuls of jalapeno peppers that we would use for the nachos. And that's what they would actually be sitting there just eating pure jalapeno peppers because they didn't have any money for food.
Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
How's that? Does that sound any different?
Oh, it sounds better now.
Better right now, yeah.
Because I just plugged my headset into the iPad just to try the
that's
to try
pretty good.
to try my PS5 headset on the iPad, which I've never done before. So sound good?
Hella better.
Sounds good so far.
Well, these PS5 headsets are pretty high tech, so I didn't realize that it came with a cable for like standard stuff. So there we go. Maybe that'll solve the problem. Maybe that'll solve the problem.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, actually, you guys,
when that happened.
You guys actually sound really good on this headset too.
Oh, cool.
I don't want to sound too good.
Don't worry about that. That's not going to happen. All right. So if that sounds, the thing's got like little teeny mics on both sides here.
Oh, this is a good one for you, Anthony. You sound like AGK, not better.
Well, that's something. That's something.
Good one, George.
Hey, as long as I sound like HGK, that's.
Oh yeah.
I'll take it. As long as I don't sound like Mason or somebody.
No, you want to sound like you.
Well, if I wanted to sound like Mason, all I got to do is just go like this.
So JJ, how are you enjoying being my wingman? Are you getting used to all the controls?
Yeah, so far so good. It's just weird because I'm used to usually just being on streams and someone else does that, so it's kind of weird to sometimes have to hit the button, but it is fun to be able to hit the comments and bring people up.
Now you can bring yourself up on screen and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I like that we came up on screen together. That was cool.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, well, you are my co-host, so I'm like Johnny Carson. You're like my Ed McMahon.
Paulina, we need a new late night streamer, Paulina. Dusty's kind of bailed. Captain's kind of bailed. We don't have a regular late show anymore.
Well, I'm not
going to shout out. We have like the 9 squares and stuff like that.
Some of those late streams will get really hard for me because then I still get up at 7 o'clock and wait for work.
For some reason, I'm having trouble linking, doing a good stream from StreamYard into YouTube. I tried doing a live video one. It just came out like crap. And so what I'm doing today is like I'm just going streaming directly from YouTube, not
Yeah. The YouTube, I wish YouTube had the ability. I mean, they're shooting themselves in the foot because they could do the multi-person streaming on YouTube, but they choose to just have the live as only one person, and the YouTube live is great. I mean, I use it for my music stream or whatever, and it's great. But YouTube would rather give their lose money and give it away to StreamYard and Zoom and whoever to do the multi streams. They really should just get with the program and they would get a lot more users doing, they would take the business away from StreamYard like that.
One thing I found for me that helps with streams sometimes is that I'm not always aware. I mean, I have cable modem and sometimes my bandwidth will drop a little bit. And I found that sometimes right before I go live on a stream, like I did before James's stream, is I reboot my router. And sometimes helps as well to give you a better transmission for your stream.
Yeah, well, I knew that there was something going on when that happened on Capstream and everybody when we had the big hoo-ha, the big drama. It was that right before I went on that stream, my iOS updated to the newest iOS, and 2 years ago, Apple updated their iOS and it was incompatible with StreamYard. And we were glitching like crazy. You can even hear people. It was a mess for about 2.5 weeks. It was an absolute mess. And then StreamYard actually sent a notice saying, we realized there was a problem with our platform with iOS operating systems. And they fixed it. And that was the end of it. Now, there was an iOS update last week or whatever. I guess it was last week. And now we got this glitching microphone stuff happening again. So it's not Apple, it's it's StreamYard, and it'll probably take them 3 weeks to realize that they've got a problem again with the Safari browser and because the Safari browser runs on iOSs and whatnot. So,
I'm going through Google Chrome.
Exactly.
Well, it's not. I was watching the stream that you were on with Dusty and talking about this, and it's not. It doesn't matter if you go through Safari or Google Chrome. It's the Apple device itself that is the issue.
But it's not compatible. But it's StreamYard that needs to fix it. It's nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Because I've tried it on multiple Apple devices, right? And it's the same result no matter what Apple device I do. It's StreamYard. This exact same problem happened 2 years ago. But it was even worse. It was just people were breaking up. It was happening to everybody. It was just nuts. And then StreamYard admitted they needed to make some changes in there, and I think that's what's happening now. I think it's the same, because it happened. It literally happened right after I updated my iOS, and then came on the stream, and everybody was saying, "Anthony, your microphone's all screwed up." So literally right after I updated the iOS.
Anthony, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but your microphone is breaking up.
No way! Is it really?
Yeah.
Again.
You see? It seems to degrade over time.
Yeah, I gotta make this joke. Anthony's not always cracked up to be.
So it clearly that the connection between StreamYard and the iOS degrades over time.
That's what it seems like to be the case, because it started out okay, but then it moved to.
Now it's degrading again.
Yeah, the weirdest thing that happens to me sometimes, doesn't happen all the time, but last week I was going up on camera with Pilmer to do my Miss Piggy routine that I do with him, our little shtick to make the audience laugh. And my mic was on, and all of a sudden, you couldn't hear me. I had to jump out, click on the link again, and then my mic started.
Yeah, there's something funky going on with StreamYard. Because the other day, when I came back on just a minute ago, I couldn't hear any of you guys. And that happened on Dusty's stream yesterday or the day before. I would just lose all sound, period. So it's something with StreamYard. And let me reboot.
All right. Well, we're almost at the hour mark, so I think it's time for JJ to do his top 10 Laserdiscs of all time, leading up to number 1.
All right. Well, I didn't put them in I didn't have time for when we discussed this. Put them in particular orders. So I just grabbed 10 of my favorites.
Okay.
So these aren't in any particular order. And I'm really bad when it comes to movies, putting stuff actually in order, because I got them. That's my favorite movie, and I'm always So.
All right. How's that? That's good.
How's that? Yeah, you see, so obviously it's degrading as The longer you're on the stream, I think the connection
Yeah.
between StreamYard and YouTube
I'll
just
make it
degrades.
There we go. All right, so now we're gonna have a top 10 Laserdiscs thing here now, Anthony and Paulina.
And first off, for those who do not know, this is a Laserdisc. This is not a record album. It's a Laserdisc. Right here is what they look like. They're like
JJ knows I got a lot of Laserdiscs.
Big, huge, giant CD. This one, I'm sure, would be a huge fan of Mr. Dolan if he was here to take a look at this one.
Oh, he'd be drooling over that. Be like, give me.
Michael Jackson's The Making of Thriller. What it has on here is the Thriller video itself, along with a very, very well done, put together documentary on the making of Thriller, how they did the choreography, how they did the makeup, how they did every aspect of that. Because really, in essence, when they made Thriller, it was a music video, but it was also supposed to be like a short film as well.
I wonder why they didn't make that one an LP and why they made it an extended play.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because of the running time was pretty short on that, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that long at all. It's about an hour, I remember.
Yeah, they could have just done that on. They could have done that on the better speed.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes these companies they're in a press and they just want to just move it right along.
Because for people that don't know, Laserdiscs had two qualities. It wasn't so much speeds like 33 and 45, but they were speeds. But if you got an SD Laserdisc or was it an LD LP or there was an extended play and there was a shorter play. A short play was it with SP? I think SP and LP. SP and LP, I think it was, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So when you bought a disc, you would either have an SP disc or an LP disc. An SP disc only had 30 minutes per side. An LP disc had an hour per side. And technically, SP discs were supposed to have better picture, technically.
So this is one of my favorite films that I don't know if many people have actually seen it. It's called The Falcon and the Snowman.
I remember that movie a long time ago.
It's based on a true story of two guys. One was a cocaine dealer, and the other one actually worked for the CIA. And what he did was he leaked secrets to the Russians. And what's unique about this is the Russians didn't approach him. He approached the Russians in Mexico and offered to sell them the secrets. And so it's based on a true story.
Wasn't that Sean Penn's big debut into the film?
No, he had done Fast Times at Ridgemont High and other ones ahead of time, but this is kind of like what I guess you could say one of his earlier dramas. And another really cool part of this one as well is that there's a really good song by David Bowie called "This Is Not America." That's part of the sound as well in this one. I found this one in a bargain bin at Half Price Books. It was sealed. I wanted to watch it, but so I unsealed it. But it was pretty fascinating to find it sealed, and it worked great, and it plays very well. So here's the front, here's the back, right here. If you haven't caught it, it's a really, really good, powerful drama story done. If you haven't seen it. Next one's another one that's not commonly seen, but has a lot of famous people in here. This is one of my favorite comedies. It's kind of a sketch comedy film where they play like different sketches throughout the entire film. It's called Amazon Women on the Moon. Actually, James one time showed a clip that I had showed him with Arsenio Hall getting a phone call and everything going wrong, everything bad happening to him. But just to give an idea of the cast in this one, it's Rosanna Arquette, Paul Bellamy, Ralph Bellamy, Carrie Fisher, Sybil Danning, Griffin Dunn, Steve Allen, Steve Guttenberg, Arsenio Hall, Howard Hessman, Ed Begley Jr. The whole idea, it's not really a story, but just a series of comic events. And it's really, really, I find it to be just, hilarious. One guy actually goes into a Penthouse movie at one point in here, and then it just kind of this weird, zany comedy. And it was directed by 3 different directors. It was Joe Dante, John Landis, Robert Weiss, Carl Gottlieb, and Paul Horton. So there was a bunch of different directors for it, and then he just kind of lost all the skits. Another one that's really fun here too is David Alan Grier does a thing called Tommy No Soul Jenkins, where he's like a black guy who then like sings songs like "Hi, yeah."
Pardon?
around the oak tree. It's a lot of fun. Next one is one of my personal favorite films of all time and great performance by Tom Hanks. It's called Nothing in Common. This came out in 1986, 87, somewhere around there. See, but it says 86. I believe I saw it though in 87. That came out at the end of that year. It's a great film about Tom Hanks, who's a 30-year-old successful ad exec whose parents get divorced at a later age. He's being like torn by his parents, and it's really funny. And as a side note, he has these advertising execs that work with him in the film, and there actually were SCTV or Second City actors that did it with them. And one of them is actually the voice of Homer on The Simpsons. He's one of the crew that's actually on his office staff.
Wow.
And for the sports nuts, another fun part of this film as well. It's a quick scene, but I love it every time I see it. Because as he's walking into the office, someone tries to get him to sign a petition that says no lights at Wrigley Field, because that was actually a movement back then. Is that there was a whole group of people that did not want them to put lights at Wrigley Field. They thought that would somehow kill baseball. Well, obviously it didn't happen, but you can still get people still sell on eBay and everything signs that say no lights at Wrigley Field and everything. It's a great
Before
film.
you continue, I have to show you this, JJ.
Oh wow, that's cool. I love Howie Mandel. I love his stand-up routines that he used to do back in the 80s and everything. Just hilarious, because Howie Mandel would do things just off the top of his head. Like, what do you do for a living? The guy would say, well, I work at a hardware store. And then he'd be like, if I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. But you hammer this whole fucking land. So that's pretty funny. Also, another thing I like about this as well is I have it on vinyl. I've showed it already. Is the soundtrack. It has a rare Richard Marx tune called "Owner of the Heart," and it has another song by the Thompson Twins. We Have Nothing in Common, and another one by Christopher Cross. It's a soundtrack that I really like as well. And another film I like a lot is Silent Movie.
Oh, I remember this one.
By Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks.
And here's a little trivia for the panel. Who does the one line of talking in this film?
Oh my God, I saw it so long ago. I don't remember.
Tell me the name of the actors in the film, and I can tell you. I can't. It's been so long since I've seen it.
The actor that actually does the speaking role in this movie is Marcel Marceau, the mime.
That's mime. That's right.
He's
Yes.
the one that actually does the one speaking where he says no and at one point in here. But it's a really fun film with Marty Feldman and Mel Brooks and Dom DeLuise, and it's a treasure that I have it on Laserdisc, and I like watching it in the old method. Another one I have up here in the show is A Hard Day's Night. I showed this in my Criterion Collection video as well.
Oh, wow.
It's a nice version to have. It's also fun. I like having this artwork, much bigger, and details there on the film, and it's a lot of fun to watch the lads in this format. And this particular one is actually a Criterion Collection. Criterion was doing Laserdisc before they actually were doing DVDs, Blu-rays, and now they moved on to 4K. Next one in my collection that I love a lot is Clerks.
Classic.
I love Clerks.
Clerks is a funny film, and this year apparently Clerks 3 is coming out. They haven't posted a trailer yet, but Kevin Smith keeps saying that it's coming out sometime this year. There's Kevin when he was much younger. And then
I actually never saw Clerks.
The debates in here are just hysterical. Like when they talk about what they had to go through at the Death Star with all the extra workers and everything at the Return of the Jedi Death Star, the topics that they talk about in here are just hilarious. Or my favorite scene is the one when he's ordering porno films in front of a mother and her daughter over the film, and he's just listing off all the titles.
And there's a story. There's a story behind that, and that is Jeff Anderson, who plays Randall. He turned to Kevin Smith and he's, "Do I really have to read off all these titles? It's like my mom's going to be watching this movie." So Kevin Smith took back the script and he wrote down 4 more titles. And he was like, "God damn!"
My favorite scene in this movie is when everybody's banging on the door to get into the video store and the convenience store. Like, hey, and they're all up on the roof playing that hockey game.
Yeah, and the other fun part too is the mom is played by Kevin Smith's mom, who actually inspects the milk. That's her thing that she does. That she actually goes through all the dates on all the milk. And another fun fact of this film, McKenna did a pilgrimage back in 2000 to go to Jay and Silent Bob's comic book store in Red Bank, New Jersey. And the guy that was checking me out was the guy in this film that was doing the scene with the eggs. He's looking at every single egg up and down. And if you look, he's in a lot
Walter Flanagan.
Yep, he was the guy that checked me out at the store. I got to talk to him for a while. He was the clerk, and I've heard even if you go there sometimes, it actually even Jay will sometimes take care of customers as well if he's there. Here's another one I put out there is Chasing Amy. It's one of my. I do enjoy the film, but the one part I like about this Laserdisc is it has a map to the whole kind of Clerks Leonardo world for like Mallrats, and it kind of gives you a key on how everything and all the relationships and everything all kind of blend together. And Banky's really fun in this film, and they brought these 2 characters back again for Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I didn't know there was a connection between all those 3 things.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Leonardo world when they talk about, like, do you know what happened to that chick? And they're referring to, someone from Mallrats or Chasing Amy, or like I said, like they brought back Banky because he was the one who sold the rights to Jay and Silent Bob to Hollywood, so they brought him back for that movie.
And Brian O'Halloran is always playing like some member of the Hicks family, whether if it's Dante or Grant or some other. I think Gil is in Mallrats. Grant is in Chasing Amy, and then Dante, of course, is Clerks. And they said, like, Kevin Smith says that Chasing Amy is like the only science fiction movie that he's ever made, because there's no way that there's ever gonna be a lesbian that will ever turn straight for someone like Affleck.
Right.
So JJ, are there any, like, what do you call it, Grail laser discs you're looking for?
Not at the moment. I haven't really thought of any. The one Grail that I was after, I actually ended up getting, which was Clerks. That was my Grail that I got recently. That I really wanted to have in the collection, but right now I can't think of one off the top of my head because
I got a whole whack of laser discs, so I just like, if there's any particular movie you're looking for, maybe I've got it and I could VCLD it to you.
It'd be great if I think of something. I'll let you know. Now this film's special to me because why? Because I was in it. But it's also a very, very funny film called Major League. In Major League, right here. The locker room was actually Nicolet High School, is where they filmed it. They filmed it at County Stadium in Milwaukee. One major flub of the movie is that whenever they show the scoreboard, you're going to see WTMJ at the bottom. That's a Milwaukee station, not a Cleveland station. But for the movie, they made us all into Cleveland, and we got to go out to the stadium and for free. And we all got to cheer and yell. So as Pedro was going up, we were all screaming, Pedro, Pedro, Pedro. And then we sung Wild Thing as he came out onto the mound. And they had to redo the scene a couple of times because people were yelling out, Charlie, Charlie, when they wanted to yell out Ricky. It was a lot of fun. And they used like drawings to keep us there all night long. So they would give away stuff so you would stay out at the ballpark. They gave away a car at like 5 o'clock in the morning. just to keep us out there. It was a lot of fun, and it was kind of something new for our town because in Milwaukee they really didn't do any filming. And last but not least, one of my all-time favorite films is The Sure Thing. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this movie, but it's with John Cusack and Daphne Zwinga, as well as Anthony Edwards is in this movie as well as his best friend. And
was that a Hughes film or no?
No, this one was directed by Rob Reiner and produced by Henry Winkler. It's a story about a guy who he's on his way to meet this girl who's going to give him a sexual encounter with no strings attached. Just that's what he's going to get. But on the way there, he meets her, and actually ends up falling in love on the way there. But his rants in this film are just hilarious, and his he's talking to his roommate, and his roommate says, "What should I say instead of breast?" He goes, "Try saying scoops of flesh and let them defy gravity." Things like that. The
80s had a lot of great films like that.
Right. And his rants about how he's going to become have to drop out of college and become a fast food clerk because she won't help him out with the English paper. It's just classic. And one cameo in here as well, or small part in here, is Tim Robbins plays a guy that ends up throwing them out of the car on the way on their journey. So those are the top 10 that I grabbed that inspire me right now.
I should pull some laser discs to show.
If you want to, yeah. Why not?
I don't know what ones I got down here because half of them are upstairs.
Wow.
Hey, real quick.
Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got.
Want to know? Here's what a Laserdisc player looks like.
Yeah. Nice.
It's got a center piece in here. I'm trying to do this with two hands here. Center piece in here. You can put a CD in here if you want to as well. There's also a button for a CD slot, and then some of them actually have a CD where you can just put a CD right in the middle.
All right.
And it'll play a CD.
All right. I literally just reached in and grabbed a chunk.
One second, AGK. I just want to show them this. And then it goes right here into this big player like this right here. Okay. And you can either push it in with your hand or go right here.
What player do you have? Pioneer? It looks like
Pioneer
mine.
CLD D406.
Is that the one with the five? Is that the one with the 5-disc CD carousel or no?
No.
Yeah, mine's got the 5-disc.
I have two on top of each other, and I also have a CLD S201 that I acquired as well. And then when it's actually playing the disc, I'm gonna hit play here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, mine's the one that also took 5 CDs. I can't remember the number. It's in the other room. I haven't got it hooked up right now.
Hear how loud that is? That's how when they move, you're moving a big engine, and it gets really loud sometimes when it's actually moving the CD or the actual laser disc.
Oh wow!
Yeah, sometimes them winding up would be fairly noticeable.
That's awesome, George.
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah, you probably have the same one I have.
I got into Laserdisc in college because I was a film major, and the Laserdisc quality to me was just so much better. And then also when I had to do papers on films, because of the way Laserdisc was compared to VHS, you paused it, you saw that static and everything.
Well,
when you paused it with Laserdisc, and it was in like it was a CAV, it would stop, and then I could actually do like frame by frame analysis for my film classes.
Yeah, well, the thing is like now everything's done in like 1080i and blah 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 and all these measurements. But back in the day, it was done by lines of resolution because the old CRT television tubes drew lines like this, right? The gun would fire across your TV screen and draw the image, which is completely different than LED screens and whatnot. So back in the day, TVs had lines of resolution. Now a TV signal coming from your television station or your cable company or whatever had I think it was 245 lines of resolution. Then VHS had 400 and something lines of resolution when you got a VHS tape. So it actually VHS tape was better than regular television signal. And then when Laserdiscs came out, they had 625 lines of resolution, making them even better. The more lines of resolution, the closer the lines become, right? So, Laserdisc had 625 lines of resolution. Then when DVDs came out, it changed from lines of resolution to P, and the first DVD players were 480p, the very first ones.
And there was another form of video as well that was in that same was also called SVHS or Super VHS.
Yeah, Super VHS, and then there was.
And that's how Super VHS is how I shot most of the weddings that I shot back in the early 90s. And the only thing that was terrible about it was, I don't know if people remember, but you went to a wedding where someone had a videographer and you had this bright light in your face because you needed all this light in order to get a decent image because they couldn't shoot in the dark for nothing.
And even still nowadays, you still need lots of light for video. Even nowadays, you still need lots of light for video. And just before DVDs, between Laserdisc and DVD were, of course, video CDs, VCDs. They were CD size, but they were a video CD. So they had the same resolution as a Laserdisc, but they were the size of a CD.
And those are very common over in Asian countries.
I've got a whole whack of Asian video CDs. Movies came out on video CDs, and it was the same idea as the Laserdisc, just smaller. And then, of course, DVDs came like a year or 2 years later. DVDs came out. But I literally just grabbed a chunk.
Just real quick, let me ask James a question. James, what did you think of which ones were your favorite out of that top 10 that I showed?
They're all pretty cool, but my favorite was Clerks.
Clerks? Oh, cool.
Yeah, make them big.
So we've got
practice tonight.
We've got Blade, the original first Blade. I think this is a 2-disc set. A lot of laser. Yeah, you can see side. You see side 1. They show the chapters. Side 1, side 2, and this was a 3-sided. So the 4th side is just blank. So there's Blade. I just literally grabbed a chunk. They're probably all in alphabetical order here. Bordello of Blood.
That's a good one.
This is a classic. This is a great
film.
That
in the theater.
That's a classic. Bordello of Blood. What do we got here? Stallone and Snipes, Demolition Man.
I remember seeing that in the theater as well. That's a good movie.
I have a great Stallone album I just got. I got the soundtrack to Rhinestone where he sings country music.
How about this one? This is a classic. Forget the rest of it. Mick Jagger, Anthony Hopkins.
I saw that in Greenwich Village.
This is a classic. Free Jack. This is actually a really decent movie. What's next here? What's this one? The bad Godzilla. The American Godzilla with what's his face from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
When they decided to turn Godzilla into some sort of weird lizard, well, I don't know what they were thinking when they made that. But I have to have it for my Godzilla collection, you know. Here's a great film: Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Mickey Rourke, Don Johnson.
Gotta love Don Johnson.
Yeah, this was a good film.
Every time I don't wear socks, I think of him.
And this is actually one of my favorite Bruce Willis films, next to the Die Hard series, Last Boy Scout.
Oh, I love that movie.
Oh, I love Damon Wayans.
This is a great film. This is an absolute freaking awesome
film from his daughter when my dad cracked up when she says, "Dad, can I take him to show him?"
You know what the nice thing about Laserdiscs was? They all came in these really nice freaking vinyl cases.
I wish they would do that with have bigger artwork with movies and even put a smaller disc in there, but had bigger artwork. That'd be awesome.
Some of them they never were gatefolds, but a lot of them had pull out things in them.
I had that on VHS. That movie.
I got Lost when I bought my first DVD player. They had a promotion, and I got Lost in Space for free.
My Pioneer player came with a sample disc thing. Mask of Zorro.
Oh, cool.
And most of these ones I'm showing you are double discers. There's a few single discers. These are all doubles. The Mummy. There you go. Signature collection. Signature collection was kind of the upper end of the Universal ones. Sort of the Criterion of Universals. The Mummy. What's next on here? Oh, Steven Seagal on Deadly Ground.
I saw that in the theater.
Amazing movie.
I have a bunch of Steven Seagal on Laserdisc. A whole whack. Oh, here you go. Out for Justice.
Good movie.
What's this one? Van Damme and Roger Moore. The Quest.
My favorite one with him is Time Cop.
Time Cop. Yeah, I know. I have it on Laserdisc. I didn't pull it in this batch though. It'll probably be in the next batch. I have Time Cop on Laserdisc. And the last one I pulled in this batch is The Rocketeer.
Oh, Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly.
That's also on Disney Plus.
There you go. There's a whack. I pulled a whack there.
And to go back to Damon Wayans, my favorite thing on Damon Wayans was, remember when he was in Living Color?
Oh God, Living Color is classic.
And he'd do Men on Film, and he'd go, 2 snaps in a circle.
Nope, I didn't get it. LSD.
Did you ever see that, James?
What?
Men on Film? On
in Living Color? Did you ever watch it in Living Color?
I think I watched it once or twice.
There was a skit show, and
that was such a great series.
It was so cutting edge for the
short-lived but great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It brought Jim Carrey to us. It brought the Wayans brothers to us. It brought Jennifer Lopez to us.
Right.
Because Jennifer Lopez was one of the Fly Girls, one of the dancers in that series before she was anybody.
It was basically a show with like a lot of rejected Saturday Night Live people, but a lot of these actors were just so fucking amazing, like Damon Wayans.
That series is classic.
Tommy Davidson, David Allen Greer, they were like just so freaking amazing. Jamie Foxx.
Another show I like.
Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, you know.
Yeah, I remember
David Allen Greer
Jamie
went
Foxx
to I think it was Princeton. He went to Ivy League school. You were to say, James?
Remember? Well, I don't know if you guys know, but AGK will. Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall, yeah.
They have a new movie coming out.
Kids in the Hall.
Oh yeah,
Canadian classic. Kids in the Hall.
They reunited and they have a new movie coming out.
I'm a very big Dave Foley fan.
It's really awesome too because they show them. It starts with you can go onto YouTube and look at the trailer. Shows them all like in a grave, all just kind of lying there like, oh, we're being resurrected again, and they all pop up and they're back doing their characters again. My favorite sketch on there was when they would go, "These are the Daves I know. These are the Daves I know."
Yeah, another show.
I just love that Lorne Michaels gave so much leeway to do that show.
Yeah.
Remember that one, the Possum Lodge, AGK?
Pardon?
The Possum Lodge there.
The Possum Lodge.
Red Green with
Red
duct
Green.
tape.
Everything could be repaired with duct tape.
Yeah, what was his friend's name with the keyboard?
I should show you sometime, James, and I will show you. In fact, I think I've got it. If I'm not mistaken, right here. I was invited to the taping of the very last Red Green show.
Oh wow!
I've got a certificate for it. Duct tape. Yeah. Hold on, let me find it.
Duct tape. Oh my God, my show is going great tonight, JJ. This is our ideas are what we're doing. We're bringing in the people. This is what I want. I got Paulina back on camera with me. I'm happy.
Well, in the meantime, I have a few more things I can show if you want. I've just picked these up recently.
All right.
This would have fit good for you and Tim before. I got 45 of Sissy Spacek singing Coal Miner's Daughter and I'm a Honky Tonk Girl.
Oh, cool.
Got this on 45.
Oh, where's Bip Bop Boom when you need him?
I also picked up a 45 from Earth Girls Are Easy. It's called Baby Gonna Shake Royalty. Has anybody ever seen this movie, Earth Girls Are Easy?
Oh, yeah.
With Jeff Goldblum and Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
They all come in all furry and then they figure out to shave them down and it's hilarious. Look at that great 80s look, early 80s look there for that band.
Oh yeah.
And I love that. I love how that soundtrack gave us like a glimpse to the next B-52's album, Cosmic Thing. What they did, Cosmic Thing on that movie. I was like so happy hear that.
I also got the theme to LA Law.
Oh, cool.
I always this is one of those shows that was drama addicting to watch. If you remember Benny from the show and everybody, it was a fun show to watch. And on the back, they had this thing called Jane's Airy. And then I guess we could also show this with this.
Yeah, because
Anybody know
the
the
last time
connection?
ever we're gonna see Susan Day.
Susan Day was in this, and Susan Day was in this.
Uh-huh.
This would
Partridge
be
Family.
a track of the Partridge Family's greatest hits right here.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have a picture, but I did pick this one up to add to the collection for 45s. This one is Bat Dance by Prince.
Oh, that's a great one. Get the funk out.
And I also picked up, 1 second here. My stuff got out of order. Been wanting this one for a while, and it's in movies, but it's never on anyone's soundtrack because this is Yellow's. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I can show. I gotta pull something up for you. You're gonna like this.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's also in Secret of My
I
Six.
don't remember, Calvin.
It's got 2 different versions of the song on it, and it's such a fun song. Whenever I think of movies, I think of this song.
Bow, bow.
Oh
yeah.
Do you want the gummy bear? It's all warm. It's been in my pocket all day.
Yeah, I remember that.
And one more thing I got that I thought you might want to see, James, because I know you like Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Is the soundtrack to Black Hole.
Oh, wow. The Black Hole. That's awesome, man.
And then this opens up like this. It had a booklet in here, but the booklet was falling out. I'll go to that in a minute. And then it's on
Richard Dysart. Okay, Calvin. Yeah, I remember now.
It's on Disneyland vinyl.
Wow. That is so cool.
Notice it even has the robot on the sticker.
Yeah, Vincent.
Yep. And then here's the booklet that came inside the album.
Yeah, and the bad robot was Maximilian.
Right. Here's the pictures, and here's the back.
I saw that in the theater with my parents when I was a kid. I had popcorn and Coke and everything. I remember that. That was a good movie. That's on Disney Plus. I gotta watch that again. All right, we're ready to see what you got.
I just pulled a couple things. Yeah, I couldn't find that. I'll have to dig it up. That certificate is somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just heard Paulina mention B-52's Cosmic
Thing.
Look at my Cosmic Thing.
I'm not sure I want to look at your Cosmic Thing, but I'll take it up face value.
There's my Cosmic Thing.
Record Store Day.
Nice.
2019. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I heard you were talking soundtrack 45s. How about John Williams?
Ooh.
Oh, cool. The theme to E.T.
Theme to E.T. with Over the Moon on the flip side.
Nice.
One of the John Williams regrets for 45s is that I remember in 1980, a local store chain that we had here called Boston Store
and
was giving away free 45s of the Darth Vader theme. So anybody, the first 50 people that came in, I got one, and then it ended up getting thrown away.
And here's your yellow. Here's your yellow you just showed, JJ. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, with the flip side being oh yeah, summer Indian summer mix. But notice that the oh yeah is on yellow vinyl to match.
Oh, nice.
And it came with a yellow spindle thing.
That's pretty cool.
That's an original from back in the day. Canadian pressing. Yellow on yellow vinyl.
Awesome.
There you go, JJ.
I do have one suggestion for anybody. If you're ever stoned, really high, I mean gone. I'm talking like and you've seen Pink Floyd The Wall so many times on your trip, I recommend putting on the video to Yellow if you ever want to be tripped out. It is the trippiest video that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was.
The actual video by the band.
Yeah, back in the day, I was, so high that I was gone, and I never came back.
Well, the only two soundtrack 45s I could find is like the Never Ending Story by Le Mans.
I've got that. Yeah,
Never Ending Story.
I've got that one. Mine,
and I think this is the one that JJ might feel jealous about. That's the power of love.
Power of love.
Oh, I got
There you go.
hey.
You got it too.
Hey, look at that. And look, here.
Excuse me, fellas. I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
Look at this. Look at this. What's this one? Never Ending Story. But we never got it in the picture sleeve up here. We never got in the picture sleeve here. What else have I got? I'm just reaching behind me. What other do I have here that's soundtrack related? Soundtrack related. Let me see. What do I got here? That's oh. How about
Tommy
from the movie?
Oh wow.
How about what else is soundtrack related? I'm just reaching behind me here, blindly reaching behind me. Is that soundtrack? Is that no? Oh, there's the soundtrack one.
La Bamba.
Oh,
From the La Bamba movie.
yeah, that's a good movie.
Ah, there we go again.
Ooh.
I wonder if I do have that one. The one that JJ's hooked. I need to
I got some more. I got some more here. I got some more.
This one too.
I've got
Shakedown.
how about this one?
You will notice I had the poster.
All right, I gotta take my hat off for a while. My head's itchy.
Beverly Hills.
There you go. We don't need another hero from
I just
Mad
got that on vinyl sealed the other day, AGK.
And
With the poster.
One of the living. But do you have this version of Mad Max, the Mad Max soundtracks? Let me grab it. Making me do all this work.
Well, in the meantime, I'm going to show this one right here.
Take my breath away.
And on the B side, it has on here a song by Gio Moroder called Radar Radio is on the back on the B side in this one.
Hmm.
And then has anybody ever seen the movie One Crazy Summer?
Yeah, I remember that. I just watched it on your Plex a couple of
Okay,
right here I have
I got one more for you.
The Honeymoon Suite. Right here for One Crazy Summer. That was the theme that they played in the end of the movie. This is a special promo 45.
Here's one JJ will like if he's never seen this one before.
Cool.
Check out this. This is the entire trilogy.
Oh wow.
Soundtracks. So it's Mad Max. So it's the soundtrack from Mad Max. It's the soundtrack from The Road Warrior. And it's the soundtrack from Beyond Thunderdome. It's all three.
You got Beyond Thunderdome on there with some
and
of
it's
the
all remastered. It's all remastered, and each one's on a different color.
Oh wow!
Oh wow, that's so cool.
So there's Mad Max, and then the next one is Road Warrior. Road Warrior, and then the last one, Anna Black, Beyond Thunderdome. Very, very cool. It's all remastered. Sounds freaking gorgeous. My favorite soundtrack up in the mall is the Road Warrior one.
So let me ask a question to the panel. When you listen to vinyl, what is your ideal way to listen to vinyl? In other words, like
Headphones.
for me, I'll give you an example. I like putting on a record while like doing my work or doing getting things done and taking in the music, and then then changing over the side and it's nice that there aren't people in the house because then I can put it on as loud as I want. That's kind of how I enjoy listening to vinyl. What are your ideal ways of listening to
Well,
vinyl?
for me, what I do is I like to put my headphones on and sit on my couch in my man cave and just listen to the record and just analyze the music, hear all the intricacies of the orchestra, whatever the different things, That's how I like to do it. Okay, Paulina, your turn.
I picture myself as the kid at the end of Dazed and Confused when he gets home, and his mom is asking him what he's been doing all night, and he's just like sitting back on his bed, and he takes his headphones, and he's like, "Yeah, that's my metaphor of what I do." But it could also be like a mix of like also what JJ will do as well, because especially now since I got a new stereo receiver, so I'm gonna be able to finally listen to my records on a really good system now. So I'm.
What about you, AJK? How do you like to listen to your records? What do you like to do when you're doing that?
Variety of things. I mean, most of the time I'm always doing something while I'm listening to my music. Always cranked. Always like. Ever since I was a teenager, I never listened on just a pair of speakers. I always have 4 speakers, so I have front and rear or whatever. So I always listen to my music loud, whether I'm doing work or editing photos for my if I'm editing photography, then I'm just sitting here editing on my iPad and spinning records. But that, or I might jam if I'm playing on my guitar. I'll throw some records on and jam along to them.
Cool.
Or even. When I'm playing video games, sometimes I just completely turn the sound up of the video game, spin records and game. Especially a game like Elden Ring where sound really isn't that important. I can just sit and play the game and listen to my own music. So I'm always doing something. I really have the chance
to
back,
watching
sit down and listen to a record.
So Paulina, I have a question for you. When you put the headphones on and you listen back, what would be your go-to Paul McCartney record to listen to? Or Beatles record to listen to, this is like ideal, and you're just relaxing back. Which one would you put on?
Yeah, that's the only one you need. The red and the blue. You don't need anything else.
But actually, I will have to dispute that, Anthony, because there are
of course you would.
Because there's like a lot of songs that are great that are not on these. It's like I don't think you're ever gonna get songs like Things We Said Today or
I can do that with that one.
Words of Love, Every Little Thing.
I can do that one.
What You're Doing. The Night Before, You're Gonna Lose That Girl, You Like Me Too Much. I Just Seen a Face.
Well, the compliment. If there was a compliment to the red and the blue, it would be rock and roll music. The double LP rock and roll music is a good compliment to those two. One with a silver cover.
Yeah, that would be a compliment, and then but you also have to add in
because like everything on that wasn't on the red and the blue. Everything on that wasn't on the red and the blue.
My favorite Paul McCartney album, which I only had on cassette, and I don't know what happened to that cassette. I would play that over and over. Give my regards to Broad Street soundtrack.
No More Lonely Nights, James.
Yeah. And that was the one that had my favorite version of Wanderlust with the brass section.
And Ringo on drums. Yeah.
Because I love that ending. Ba, 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 ba. So cool.
When I was
I just noticed. Stand up there, James. You're sporting the maiden. Let me see your maiden. Let me see your maiden. Very good.
James will be on Patrick's stream tonight, and he'll be sporting his Iron Maiden.
Yeah, Dave Hop probably did that. I've also got Motorhead Ace of Spades one too.
Yeah, you take him off in the middle or something?
No.
No.
I'm wearing a sweatshirt underneath it.
when I was 12, I said something really. I remember I was with my mom, and then her friend was in the room, and my mom had gotten me the cassettes of the red and the blue Beatles stuff. And when I was 12, I said, "Oh look, I have all the Beatles stuff now. This is what I need." And then the guy's like behind me shaking his head like, "You don't have all the Beatles stuff."
But the question is, James, you're sporting the Maiden shirt there. Do you have some Maiden vinyl?
No, I don't yet.
For shame.
I have to get some. Someone's got to send me some.
He'll do it.
Yourself some Maiden.
Oh, but one song I loved when I fell in love with it was on Patrick's stream when he played "Run for the Hills." I said, "Oh my god, I love this song!" It's so cool.
That's from that one. Yeah, that's kind of like their big pop kind of radio friendly hit from back in the day. It had a great. If you could look up the music video, it had a great music video. You should look up the music video for that.
There's a great music video out there that I love, and it's Iron Maiden and the Monkees, and it's called Super Believer. And they apparently matched those two songs together, so it sounds like Iron Maiden is running the Monkees, and then it's just like an amazing song of what they did. It's so amazing on like how both songs are
a mashup.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get some Maiden and James collection there. I got lots of Maiden.
What do people have going on tonight? Tonight, I'm going to be going to go see a movie. I saw it already, but we have another group of friends that want to see it. Tonight, I'm going to go see Father Stu with Mark Wahlberg. We're going out tonight to go see that movie. What other people have going on tonight?
Well, I was planning. I went to see Charlie XCX last night with my daughter. So tonight I was planning to stream gaming, but then I saw James on. I said, "Screw it, I'll come visit James for a little while." So as soon as I leave James, as soon as I finish with James, I'm going to be streaming Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Oh, I'm going to come check that out for a little bit.
That's the brand new Star Wars game.
I want to see that. Yes, I'm definitely going to come watch that.
It's a lot of fun. I just finished New Hope. I'm now on Empire Strikes Back, doing Empire Strikes Back.
Now, if I type in the chat and you see me, Mr. J, it's me.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm going to stream some Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, the new.
And then
Star
later
Wars
on tonight, I'll be on Patrick's stream. You're going to be there tonight, JJ?
Probably if I am, I'll be later because the movie starts at 7:00 my time. So
okay.
I mean, I'll pop on, but I'm not sure if you will be there still or not when I pop on.
Oh, I'm sure I will be.
I'll be making my inaugural first trip to the drive-in for the season next Friday for Doctor Strange.
Cool.
I can't wait.
That one looks.
My daughter and I go to the drive-in. The drive-in opens. Well, it's already open, but it's still a little cold. But we normally go to nothing but the drive-in from like May through till September. We don't go to an indoor theater. We go to the drive-in because here in Ontario, in Toronto, like 20 minutes from me, we got fantastic drive-in. It's $14 for the two of us for 2 films. So, and of course they broadcast through your stereo system.
Well, that's pretty good.
So the sound is great, and you just sit outside, and they have a really, really good little restaurant with like barbecue, like proper barbecued burgers and a soft ice cream vendor, and it's a great drive-in.
The last time I went
that's
to
the only
movie,
place I go in the summer.
I didn't see the double feature because it was in Prince Edward Island in 1990. I was with my sister and my 2 cousins, Paul and Alan, and my sister said, "You guys want to go to the drive-in?" because they hadn't seen Back to the Future Part 3. And I'd seen it in the theater with my sister, but my sister sat in the back seat and said, "You guys sit in the front and watch the movie, and I'm going to have a nap while you guys watch the film." And the second movie was Steven Spielberg's movie, Always, but we didn't stay for the second one. We just went to watch Back to the Future Part 3. So we got popcorn and everything, and we sat in the car and watched Back to the Future.
This drive-in we go to, we go 2 hours before sunset because it fills up like right away. So if you want a good parking spot, you got to go like right when they open the gates, and then you just hang out and you play frisbee, or I take my drone and fly it around in the drive-in or whatever, and just have fun for a couple hours. $14 for what they call a family ticket, which is a parent and 2 kids. So my daughter and I can go for $14, 2 films, and on long weekends for $1 more for $15. On long weekends, they actually have a triple feature where they show 3 films in a row, and it goes from pretty much from sunset to sunrise. So,
see you later, man.
Anything tonight?
Well, I'm leaving in about 5 minutes so that I could get to my stream, on my live stream, and it's only going to be like about 10 minutes.
So I'm gonna have to watch Paulina's stream and.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch Paulina before I get into Star Wars.
And after that, then I'm gonna wait later because it's Ski Lodge, Stephen Schnee.
Right.
I always tune in for that, and then afterwards, I think I catch up on an episode of NCIS, and then later on tonight at midnight, the next episode of
Hey Scott,
Moonlight.
I haven't seen that. I'm into that whole series to drop on that one, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. My daughter really likes it.
It's really good. I like it. I'm just now trying to figure out where it's gonna fit in the future, like who's gonna be introduced in this, or how Moonlight will be introduced into the MCU, and as a grand scheme, so it's really interesting to see how this plays out.
So how do you like Moonlight? Moon Knight.
Moonlight, it's amazing. It's very trippy, but I like that.
I know. I'm watching. We've watched 3 episodes, and I'm still freaking lost. I'm still completely lost in that.
I don't know if it'll interest me or not. But I have
is like the first superhero that deals with dissociative identity disorder, or did, and what that is like they have like certain different types of personalities that are not at all adhered to one personality. They have different types of identities as well. I have a friend who's like that. She's the same way. She identifies as different people during different times of the day and stuff like that. And she has.
I just find it.
And
we just watched an episode, the 3rd episode, like Sunday night, and I'm just still lost. It's so easy to get lost in what's going on in that show. Like, I know, maybe need to watch it a couple times, but it's a complicated series. It's a complicated series.
Oh, yeah? Now, my big question for you, AGK, is what did you think of Book of Boba Fett? Wasn't it awesome?
Oh, Boba Fett's freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah, me too.
In 1 month from now.
Yeah, May 25th. I'll be glued to that, baby.
But I liked how it was kind of Boba Fett in the beginning, but became Mandalorian in the end. That's kind of.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
It was kind of more of the Mandalorian than the last couple episodes than it was Boba Fett. So.
Oh, I can't wait for.
But it was a way to tie the Boba Fett to Mandalorian and to prepare us for the next season of Mandalorian.
Yeah. And don't forget, the same day, the first half of Stranger Things will start, and then the second half will be in July or June or something.
I can play as the Mandalorian in my new Lego game, and he's got the little Boba Fett, the little Yoda, baby Yoda, floating around in his little thing, but beside him, whenever you're running around, the little baby Yoda's floating around beside him.
Oh, cool! I want to see that when you play. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, because this one has all 9 chapters of Star Wars. It's Lego Star Wars. Goes through all 9 films, but it also has you can play it up to like 300 characters or 300-400 characters. So it includes characters from all of the films. It includes characters from The Mandalorian. It includes characters from Rogue One. It includes characters from Solo, the Star Wars story. So it encapsulates the current entire Star Wars universe.
Can you actually use the dark saber?
I'm going to get going to get ready. So
can you actually
see you all later.
All right, Paulina, I'll be there soon.
I'll see you at your stream, Paulina.
Yeah.
Can you actually what, James?
Can you actually use the dark saber?
I haven't looked to see if I haven't played. I played as Mandalorian, but right now he's using his rifle, his sniper rifle thingy. But you can level up all the characters, their powers and whatnot, and give them new. You can unlock other skills for each of the characters. So right now I'm just using his super long rifle thing.
Kind
Because
of
I'm using Mandalorian season 1 character right now, but apparently there's an unlock coming for Mandalorian season 2 character. So
Okay, when it's like this, when you see the two things here, JJ, this is if we ever go like this, when there's 3, see the ones with the 2 heads on top. Yeah, that's it. Always press that when we're.
Are you like in training?
I'm a wingman in training.
It should have in training in its little name window.
Well, James, thank you for having me as your wingman today. I do need to get going.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna watch Paulina.
Yeah, and I'm gonna shut her down for the evening, and then I'm gonna go over to
tune in.
Paulina's thing.
I'm gonna fire up Star Wars and start playing.
Yeah, and I'll come watch the Star Wars. So if you see me, Mr. J, it's me, and I'll say, "Hey, Anthony." All right,
guys. See you.
So
all
I
right,
want to thank you all for being here.
Nice to see you guys.
And
nice to see you guys.
for your inaugural maiden voyage for being my wingman. And I want to thank you, Anthony and Paulina, for being here, and all my beautiful peanut gallery who always supports me. And I will see you all tomorrow. And as I say on my channel, Beatles forever. See you tomorrow. Bye.
And ever and ever.
Yeah.